This is Bad Habits from Ed Sheeran. It's 7:13. We played it first in South Africa. I was lucky enough to have the exclusive interview of Ed Sheeran's first foray into dance music when he pulled it off so well. And I thought that that was the end of it. I thought that that was it for me. Beautiful story we'll remember for the rest of my career. And then yesterday, Das Kapital of 5FM, one of the pioneers and key players in South African dance music locally into the world, called me and he said, "Damn, I can't really tell you, but I have to tell you something." And so it's so fitting that we're going to have Das Kapital's move, instrumental. I need to welcome somebody here. So Amapiano has changed the world. South African dance music has always been world class. We've always known how to do it, house music and the rest. We've gone through so many waves that the world has had to embrace because it's irresistible, from Kum through to New Wave and now Amapiano. But the fact that one of the three most successful pop stars of all time, on any metric, decided that when he went dance music, he needed an Amapiano remix and that he would go and find that producer to make that perfect remix of Bad Habits personally, that was a key part of his strategy to relaunch himself as a dance man. And Kooldrink is in the building. Kooldrink, my brother, how are you is not even a fair question. What is going through your head right now?
I'm going to be so honest. I am on top of the world. This is the biggest thing I've ever done with my career. When I got the call, I sat there and I was like, surely not me. This could be anybody else, but no, me. And then that reality sinks in, and then you go into this like overdrive mode. And you're like, okay, cool, we're doing this. But like every single moment I thought about it, I was like, no, that's not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
So when did you find out? And tell me about the NDA you had to sign. Because I had to sign an NDA for the Ed Sheeran interview that had 17 law firms in every jurisdiction in the world that I would not tell anybody, or your life will end.
Oh yes, privacy. So I heard about the song. The remix opportunity came in 2 months ago. This was like 2 weeks before the actual song came out. So I was like, hey guys, why don't you just, shoot me a link to the song so I can hear it? And they were like, no, we can't do that because, you might leak the song. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. How is this going to happen? And a week later, they sent 2 men from the label. Yeah. I kid you not, 2 men with a laptop to my house. They pressed play. I heard the song 2-3 times, and they were like, we're going to leave now.
Wow.
We will be in touch. It was like the most like...
spy movie, right?
Literally.
Did they sweep the house for bugs?
Nah, they walked in. There was one guy at the door, and then there was the other guy who was playing it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And the entire time they were looking at my phone like, yeah, that should be off.
Yeah, that's not recording right now.
Oh, man, it was scary, but it's probably the most mind-blowing experience I've ever had in my life.
Because the level of pressure when Bad Habits then comes out, and then you've got to make the Amapiano remix, which is something that literally Ed and his people sort out because they know what Amapiano is doing in the worldwide dance music
100%.
scene. This is not disparaging. I'm a mad love and fan of your music, but a lot of people make great Amapiano. How was it you? Was it getting late with Tyler?
Oh man, so the Getting Late song is really what put on the map. All the labels out there were busy, talking to each other about the song, and then the song ended up reaching Ed's management. Ed's management played it to Ed, and then Ed was like, hey, I want to do something like this. And the management was like, hey, let's do a proof of concept. Let him do the remix and let's see how that works. This is it. I don't want to jinx it, but like, if you hear this name again later on, you know why.
So, you were telling me off air how special it is that the world premiere is in this studio. This is Studio 2. This is what I understand to be the bleeding heart, the pulse of 5FM. And 5FM is the music radio station that has always been about taking music into the future and putting the youth in the spotlight. You were here as a 12-year-old.
Man, I was here so many years ago. I was 12, 13. I sent Catherine Grenfell a message and I was like, hey, I'm a little DJ, up and coming. And she was like, you know what? Come into studio. And I was like, oh, okay. I came to studio, and long story short, I ended up doing the Ultimix at 6 for like the next 3 years of my life until I was like 16. And that was my first exposure to like the industry and the world out there. So this is home for me. This is, if I want to drop the craziest song in the world, I am bringing it back home. The biggest weight has been lifted off my chest. I've been living with the secret for 2 months of this life. I've been sitting here like I should tell someone, and I'm like, no, don't do that. And today, I got to be like, hey guys, this is what's happening,
Yeah.
and I'm just sitting here. I'm breathing.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I played out a voice note just now. People are hearing it, and you're experiencing people hearing it for the first time. The minibus in the Eastern Cape all jumping up and down, losing their minds. Is that also a relief that the people love it? Because this is like you've gone minor leagues to the Champions League final. Messi's
Straight.
there. You better play well.
Oh no, you have no choice. I mean, that was definitely when I was making the song. There were lots of moments of ups and downs where I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing in the world. I love it," and moments of like, "Oh no, what if I don't do too well?" And putting it out there and just hearing these reactions, especially the guys in the bus. Oh, thank you, you've made my day.
Yeah.
Those reactions, I'm gonna go home today and sit and think, you know what, you did a good job.
Kooldrink with a K on Instagram, Kooldrink with a K _ on the end on Twitter, and Kooldrink with a K on every single streaming platform, including on Shazam, because Ed's already put it up.
Oh,
Just
it's
think
out.
about that statement. Think about what I just said. Ed Sheeran has already put up your remix of his song.
It's on the YouTube. It's on the Shazam. It's on the everything. I don't even know how to feel right now, but I feel great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. We're obviously going to have an extended video put up of this interview. It's going to be on Catch Up. It's going to be everywhere because this is an historic moment in South African music history. My man, thank you so much for your time.
so much. You guys better watch that video and don't touch that dial.
You're on 5 Breakfast. Next up, we need a non-song request. It needs to be a Hype Fridays non-song request. If you've got a great idea, 0825505151. Many of you are just saying, just play the remix again, Dan. I will call my management because it's already been twice this hour. But, I think my management likes it too. So maybe just today.
5 FM, bringing the power to you.